Hey everybody, Jax here with yet another YouTube UDK tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to vertex blend textures. I haven't been able to find any definitive tutorials on that, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys in the easiest way I can how to make awesome vertex blending textures. First thing I did is I went ahead and opened up this little practice scene, and I'm going to start off by just looking up a static mesh real quick. One thing that's very important about vertex blending is to know what it means. And vertex blending is mixing textures based on the vertices of an object. So if you pick like the ground and you don't have any vertices on the ground, it's not going to vertex blend. So it needs to be a static mesh, and it needs to have enough vertices to blend. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and go back to my little package here, and I'm going to create a new texture. Let's do vertex blend. Make sure it's set to a material, otherwise, well, you're not going to get what you want. Yep. Okay. Now what we're going to do is create, by holding the L key and left mouse clicking, you can create lerps. It's linear interpolation. I create 3 of these. Okay, let's get these in position. Now I'm going to create it's constant. Vectors, constant 3 vector. That's what I was looking for. And now sorry about this, my screen recorders does not particularly like UDK very much. Control track. Okay, I might just pause the video and come back in a minute once I get this done. My screen recorder does not like the material editor in UDK, so I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what I did. What you can see here is I have 3 lerps, and each lerp plugged into the B for each of the other lerps. I have 4 constant 3 vectors, I believe that's what they're called. The first one is black, the second one is blue, which you can, if you click on it, it'll come up right down here. Red, green, blue, just put 1 in as full value for each of these. Green got red. I added a vertex color, which goes into the alpha for each lerp. And then you plug in the final lerp into the diffuse. I went ahead and already saved it out, so let's go ahead and go over here. And now, just put this material right on there. There we go. Now, looks kind of funny, but well, that is odd. Saved my data from before. Yeah, I'm gonna look down here. and I'm going to go and show you guys how to vertex blend. Now that that material is added, you can go into mesh paint mode. And at this point, what you need to have selected is vertices, mesh asset. Going down just to look at anything else that I need. Make sure that's selected. And what you need is you need to have alpha selected, so you paint alpha information. And then for each of these, if you pull up the oh shoot, sorry about that, guys. UDK crashed on me. Alright, so as I was saying before, you need to have alpha checked because that is what you're painting. Then you can select either red, green, or blue. And so let's go ahead and go with blue. I think blue is black. Then you click and hold Control Shift to paint. See what we get here. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me again. Maybe. Okay, let's go and try this again. Okay, let's see. Looks like UDK is going to crash on me again. I am going to go ahead and cut this part of the video short, and I'm going to come back and show you what I did afterwards. I honestly just need to get a new screen recorder because this is just not working. Oh, actually there it went. Look at that. At least for a moment. It'll take forever, but okay. Guys might have to wait a second for this to show up again, but you can see down there some black stuff came up, and actually up here, I don't know how or why, but actually, oh, that's why. Mesh paint data is actually saved according to the mesh, even after you don't save it. So probably be best to create a duplicate of the object and then come back later, you know. Anyways, you can see here, got some green in there, got some black, and that is how you make a basic, very basic mesh paint system. And you're gonna actually want to have a lot more vertices in this. I mean, you can actually see where the vertices are, like there, 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 and there. That's what happens when you have a low poly mesh paint system. That's why you want to have it a little bit higher on the polygons if you're going to do mesh painting. But it's worth it in some areas. You'll get some really awesome detail that looks just very natural, especially on meshes that are already fairly high res. For a game engine, you can add mesh paint for not much more on cost performance. So this is a really good way to make things look really awesome and realistic. This is just a few minutes of work, just throwing some stuff on this rock here. And as you can see, I blended a few different textures together. Some this dirt, some red dirt, and some sandy, grassy dirt, and of course this brick texture. Here's what I got going on in the inside. I just added a little bit of specular and specular power. Then up here I have replaced those RGB 3 vector textures with brick texture, dirt texture, red dirt texture, and another kind of dirt texture. That's what's going on in the inner workings of this. And this is the results. Obviously, I just threw this together, and I would suggest putting a lot more time into it. This is not my best work by far, but go ahead and mess around with that. And I hope this kind of clears things up for you guys, because I know I had a hard time figuring this out myself. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one.